Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my adventures, collecting manufactured material at Dav's Hope. Just constantly need materials and credits. Getting closer to those high densities filling up. Since there is absolutely zero traction control on the SRVs, they're just completely out of control all the time. Sliding around everywhere. It's always ice with slick tires all the time. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts. But the brakes work. That's just what's weird. I mean, it has no control at all. It's all over the place. But you can hit the brakes and it'll stop pretty fast. But the steering, oh, it's out of control all the time. Like you have slick tires, they have knobbies on them, but they don't work. Not working in space, only on Earth. It's just nuts. There's so much messed up in this game. Just frustrations. I'd like a little more reality, and then all this weird obstacle course fantasy. Everything is an obstacle course. And as most of you know, I have a new newer graphics card coming. Still used. I always have to have used because I can't afford new. But a newer graphics card. My current graphics card shuts down my computer quite often. I've got the fans going at maximum most of the time, and it'll just shut this computer down. And the CPU is not taxed that much. I think it was like 50%. But the heat will get up there on the graphics card and it'll just shut down. Sure, it does that to keep from frying, but the fan's all the way up. And the fan, it has a big blower in it. And Yeah, I could probably use water cooling or something else, you know. But I'm hoping the 1080 does better. And I should have it within a couple of days. It's been shipped, and I watch the tracking, because I think it'll make a huge difference, and I can probably go a higher quality. The best I can do is medium. Can't do high or ultra currently. I'm hoping I can do better and it stay a little bit cooler and doesn't try to shut down all the time. I still have a little bit of screen door effect on this VR. This is the Oculus Rift S, and you can see the pixels. Pretty easily. So I'm looking at the HP reverb and all the reviews that I have watched. Looks like that could have it up to double the resolution as my Oculus Rift S. I have had an Oculus Rift CV1 last year, and I mean, it was a good starter unit, but the resolution wasn't all that great. And then I upgraded to the Rift S. It was better. And then I'm always watching for something that's reasonably priced and that I can afford. And the HP reverb looks pretty good. In the years that I don't change out my VR, I might even get a better graphics card in the future. I do keep trying to upgrade my equipment. I don't think CPU is the issue. I have a Ryzen 5. I could get a Ryzen 7. And on the graphics card, the 1080 that I'm getting, it has SLI, so you can attach two. So maybe next year I might add a second 1080. I have to upgrade my motherboard too, because it can only handle one graphics card, so I'd have to have one that can handle two. And have duals going. I know some of you probably say, why don't you just talk about the game, don't talk about equipment, all that kind of stuff. Well, these are come-along videos. You're kind of riding shotgun and kind of hear the good, the bads, and the uglies of everything. Because really the YouTube channel is not working. We're getting viewers and we're getting views, but we're not getting subscribed, so it's not going to work. If you don't get subscribes, you can just forget it. And that's the way YouTube has got it all set up. And we're not getting subscribes, or nearly enough. I don't take it as serious as I did at first, or what I had hoped. It doesn't really work. So now it's more of a come-along video series, and if you want to come along, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. I care a whole lot less than I did even 3-4 months ago. Because at some point you see the writing on the wall and it says it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We get less than 1% subscribers, and we need probably about 5% subscribers for it to work. So it's not going to work. I can't change people's minds about subscribing, so. And then you get those, we shouldn't talk about subscribers. Okay, people subscribing. Well, everybody talks about subscribing. That's how they get their support, if they ever get any. And you also have to have hours to watch. So even if I could squeak out, and I could find a way to squeak out the minimum subscribers, then you have to have hours to watch within a 12-month period, and that's not happening. It would take about 1.5 to 2 years just on the hours watched to get to their minimum. So it's not going to work. So I'm just going to play the games I like, and I'll do commentary, and you can watch it if you wish, and if you don't, you don't. And I don't rush videos out. I edit them when I get the opportunity. and it's usually when I can't have a headset on or because of work purposes or whatever the reasoning, and then I can have an earbud in my ear and edit, cut out some of the ranting. I can easily find fault in a lot of this stuff. Yeah, we're going to have to change out SRVs pretty soon. We could use some phosphorus and sulfur and refuel the SRV, but we have the ship right there, so the only thing that in my game that I need right now is credits, then materials, and possibly combat rating. So there's really just 3 things. So you got to just skip the stuff you don't want to watch and watch what you do and do want to watch, and kind of the way it is. I've got over 1,000 videos in my YouTube channel, from Thargoid surface sites to the Guardian surface site, where I get the blueprints for the FSD, or the permission to buy FSD boosters from Guardian. And I have multiple videos of 7 interdictions and 1 supercruise run. Cargo missions. I have the high densities filled up. And, the engineers, working with the engineers. How to upgrade or rank up with trading and exploring. I have an elite in both. The discounted stations like Jameson Memorial, and there's another one just put in discount. And you'll see the 2 stations that you get discounts Now I skip that high density because it's full. Won't take any more. We have the tritium dash. It's when we find cheaper tritium. Sometimes we don't. We didn't the last time. We paid $39,000 a unit, which we overpaid because an hour later I found some for $4,500. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to let it go down even as low as 2,000. And we have like 18,000 units of tritium right now. So we have plenty. But if we can find those cargo missions where they'll pay up to 30 million for only 81 units of tritium, yeah, we'll do that. We'll sell them some of our tritium for that. Now there is a mission that's 504 units for 50 million. Well, that's not as good as that 81. That 81 thing works out really nicely. But we can make credits. We're within 2 billion of having our 10 billion. And that's kind of a game changer too. Change on probably how much Elite Dangerous I play or don't play. And if we can fill up our materials for future use, again, that one's full, the only one that's full right now. So we're just trying to finish this video. We'll go out and do raw materials after this video. And I feel pretty good about it. Everything is working pretty well, and my bounty hunting is working. It's not that that's my favorite thing to do, and I don't do that much of it. But since I've been doing bounty hunting again, I went from like 23% competent to 50% competent. So it is barely moving up. Oops, can't take that one. They won't let you take it because we're full. It says inventory full. So it's like, oh well. So we need to keep going until we get another 1 or 2 materials that are full. Then we need to go by the material traders again and move some over to the higher grade. We don't move as much. We used to just take everything and move it over. Well, I don't think that works well because sometimes you need some of those other materials, like for synthesis. I don't really want to do that. Probably a minimum of 25 to say 35, somewhere in there, of each material. That makes it easier to fill those up, but it's fine. Well, I appreciate you coming along. Now we'll still take subscribers if I can get you to subscribe. You get like 2,000 subscribes from YouTube to pass out. So if I can get you to subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. And there's ways in the description to donate. That would really help. This is very expensive to have the right equipment. And join our Patreon. That's listed in the description. And we've had those that have put in tritium into the fuel tank of the fleet carrier, and that helps too. If you do any of those, you get the pre-release video, so any video that I haven't released to the public that's set to be scheduled, I'll give you the links to those and you can see them before the general public gets to see them. And the description is also in the or how to do that is in the description. In about 2 or 3 minutes we're going to end this video. And we'll go on to raw material gathering, which we needed to do that too. But as you know, probably know, I have to keep changing things up. I get bored very quickly. I mean, it's nice to grind and have fleet carriers and 11 ships and have them upgraded and all of those things, but can get quite boring. And there's only a few games, or 3 games that, well, counting VR pinball, there's really 4 things I like to do. So I'll be doing more of that too. Now, viewer-wise, No Man's Sky is the only other one that gets enough views. And Ultimate Fishing Simulator, but I've pretty much finished that one. I could check to see if they ever fixed my ice fishing, because that hasn't been working on my copy of the game. So again, I appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you'll come along again on the next video when we do some raw material trading or gathering. Until the next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye.